I am doing my nails today. I do Gel X nails that I paint with. I mostly use Beetles Nail Polish, which you can now get on Amazon. I've been doing my own nails for about a year now, mostly because of price, obviously, but I also don't like going to the nail salon and sitting for like over an hour for specialty nails. And I just like painting in general, so I'll put on a documentary, do a full nail set. I can make them like weeks out if I wanted to, and I just keep them in a drawer. And whenever I need to switch out my nails, I put them on. Also, it's so much nicer when you break one that I don't have to go into the nail salon to get it fixed. I can just go home and fix it myself. So it has created a lot of freedom, and there has been a lot of trial and error, but I'm going to make a set today. I usually switch between doing a more design heavy set and doing just a solid color, because I do like the look of just a clean solid color, but the fun part is doing the design. So today I'm doing a design heavy nail set. I have all my inspo pics saved on Instagram and Pinterest, and so I am going to be doing this set, or trying to make a version of it, and it's probably going to take me a long time, so I'm going to pick out a documentary and start painting. Here's my nail setup. So here's my UV light, and then I have my nail drill, all of my nail polishes, which again I mostly use Beetles for most of my nail stuff, and then I keep most of my other stuff in here. So I have liner brushes for any sort of detail work, rhinestones, I have some chrome powders, and then I keep anything like blooming gel, foundation, or top coats in this bottom section. I also have these nail trays that essentially are magnetized, so you can take them off, put them back on, and you don't have to paint them on your hand, which is good because I'm not ambidextrous. So I just use this putty to essentially keep those on. And then I have all of my nail tips. This came with all the sizes, but now that I know my nail sizes, I only keep those in there, and I've taken the other ones out just so that I don't accidentally paint the wrong size. So now we will get into it. I started these nails before I moved, and so I kind of just saved them, but I will prep one just to show the process. Alright, so I'm going to prep the nails for painting. So each nail has a nail size, and no matter the brand, it's the same. So it's just on the tip of the nail. My middle finger is a 4 and my pointer finger is a 6. And so I just have those pulled out. The first thing I do is I buff the inside of it, because when you glue them on afterwards, you kind of need more of a grit for the glue to hold better, so they'll last longer. So I'm just going to go in and buff the back of it. And then I'm going to use some of this putty to attach it to my little nail stand. And you also want to look at it from the side, because I've put them on askew before and it makes them harder to paint. That one looks even. And then now we are going to buff the front side of it. Again, just holds the paint better so they don't chip. And I use this head for the top of the nail, just because I think it goes faster. And now I'm going to file them down. The pointer finger, because I have a small nail bed, I actually don't need to make this one that short, but I have a large nail bed for my middle finger, and so I have to file this down quite a bit in order for it to be the same length as the other ones. And even if they are the right size already, I always just go in with a file because a lot of the time the plastic has like a sharp edge to it. So I always take that off even if it is the right size. I just don't file down for like a super long time. And now I will take a brush and get off some of that excess powder. And we are now ready to paint these. So first I'm going to go in with a foundation coat to create a sticky layer to hold my paint, and then I'm just going to cure that for 60 seconds. Then I'm going to go in with some color, and I do 2 layers, but I picked out the colors beforehand and have them all set aside so I can grab them when I move on to the next nail. Now I'm getting into detail work, and I use this palette over here to mix colors or just to use my detailed brushes to get the design on there. Unfortunately, I'm mostly out of frame for this entire section, so going to pass quickly through this. Now I'm going in with building gel to create that raindrop effect. You use this for any 3D sculpting, and it's kind of the consistency of putty. So I am just rolling them up to spheres and putting them on a few different nails. Quickly showing off before moving on to the next side. Now we're putting the nails on, so I am going to buff my nails so that the glue has something to stick to. So I'm just repeating that on all my nails here. Now I'm going in with the dehydrator. This gets all of the oil and water off your nail to give the glue a real chance to bond, and this is really what keeps my nails on for long periods of time. And then we obviously follow that up with nail glue. I put it on my real nail first and then the fake nail, and that has worked pretty well thus far. And now you just repeat that process on the remainder of your nails.
Smile today, and I just don't want you to stay. I just want you to go away. Rainy Tuesday, to me you're dark and gray. Well,